The Mid-Sodor Railway, Season 4, Episode 18, Falcon and the Supply Train. It was nearing the end of February, and Jordan Edwards had ordered Falcon to trial pulling Smudge's supply train. And he did not like it. He had to pull it with his own trains like everyone else, and he did not like pulling it. Why did Smudger have to be put into its pumping engine? It was all Jason's fault, said Falcon. Please be quiet, Falcon, said Smudger. It was bound to happen eventually, plus Jason couldn't help it. He was new to pulling trains, he's the shunter. Still doesn't matter, said Falcon. Why can't you just forgive him, said Smudger. I will not. He caused you to derail, which has caused me to pull your train. Look, I was going to crash at one point or another, so just stop complaining, Falcon. This was bound to happen at one point. Grumbled Falcon. I have no time for this. He was about to steam off when... Careful, careful, said his driver. We haven't loaded our passengers yet. Said Falcon. Eventually, the passengers got into the coaches and he steamed out. I will not pull the supply train. I will not pull the supply train, he said. His train consisted of 2 coaches, 2 cattle vans, 2 trucks and a flatbed. This is what was the usual for Smudge's supply train. And it was pretty much what Falcon hated to pull. He thought he would never have to pull the supply train. However, he was wrong. He pulled into Gordon Edwards station. Duke was not getting up to steam. Hello, Grandpa, said Falcon. What you so angry about? Said Duke. He then looked back and saw Smudge's supply train. You're angry about your supply train, aren't you? Said Duke. Yes, I am, Grandpa, said Falcon. And why are you not at work? Look, I'm 61 years old. I can't do work as I used to back in I think it was the 1870s. Yes, the railway opened in 1880, which is when you actually began work on the line, and the line went to service in 1872. Okay, Falcon, you're right there, said Duke. And from you have told me and Stuart, you pulled the opening train. I did, said Duke. Now just get over to work, Grandpa, said Falcon. Well, if you stop grumbling, then I'll try and get to work. Otherwise you have to pull my train along with that train, said Duke. Oh please, Grandpa, you see, I'm not as strong as you. That does not matter, said Duke. You're already pulling an extremely heavy train. I suppose you're right, said Falcon. I'll be on my way then, said Falcon. More passengers climbed aboard and he steamed off. Don't grumble, Grumpchuff, said Duke. Grumpchuff, said Falcon. Was that a play on words on our other nickname for you, Grumpchuff? Yes, I think it suits you more though. Why? Because I'm always grumbling. Yes, I'm not trying to insult you though. Said Falcon. He struggled to pull the train out of the station. Duke saw how hard of a time he was having. But Falcon grumbled and grumbled. This train's too heavy, he said. If I stop here and uncouple the train, I won't have to pull it, he thought. So he stopped right outside. He put the train right outside the Wolfstead Road and steamed into the platform. He was very pleased of himself. The passengers climbed aboard. He whistled and steamed away with ease. His driver thought that now that Falcon was not grumbling, he was having an easier time. Little did he know that was not the case. As Falcon steamed down the line, he hummed happily and enjoyed the ride. He steamed happily and soon reached Casney Hawing. Casney Hawing, he thought. He steamed through the tunnel and then came to a stop at the station. And Stanley was there. "Hello, Stanley," said Falcon. "Hello, Falcon," said Stanley. "What you doing there?" "You know what I'm doing here," said Stanley. "Oh, right, you do, where's your horse and cart? I'm getting my words mixed up. Where is the supply train?" said Stanley. "I don't need it," said Falcon. "Well, if the villagers and people don't get the train, they will probably try to close this railway." "Oh my," said Falcon. He realised the supply train was more important than he thought. He stuttered. "I'll go and get it." And he raced back down the line. "I can't believe I didn't know that in the first place," he said. Just then, Stuart was steaming down the line with his coaches Gertrude and Millicent. He was running late as he was worn out from pulling Smudge's supply train the day before. Gertrude and Millicent, however, saw what was up ahead. "Slow down, Stuart," said Millicent. "The supply train's up ahead, left on the line," said Gertrude. "What?" said Stuart. But when he saw the train, it was too late. He sped right into it and had an accident. "Ow," said Stuart. His cab smashed through Tim's old shed. Gertrude had smashed through with Stuart, and Millicent was barely hanging onto the rails. "Oh my," said Millicent. "We're all right," said the cargo from said the rolling stock from the supply train. "Oh dear," said Stuart. "Why did Falcon leave this here?" "I don't know, Stuart," said Millicent. "I really do not know." Just then Falcon steamed into Wolfstead Road and saw the crash. "Oh my, Jordan Edwards is gonna scrap me for this," said Falcon. "Oh, hello, Falcon. You forgot the train?" said Stuart. "Well, to be more accurate, Stuart, I left these trucks here." "Why, Falcon?" said Stuart. "Well, you see," said Falcon, "I didn't want to pull them." "Oh, Falcon," said Stuart. "Look, I'm sorry," said Falcon. Just then Jordan Edwards came out of his office. "Falcon, why did you leave the supply train here?" "Sorry, sir," said Falcon. "I was coming back for it after Stanley said the villagers and the people in towns would try to close this railway if the train didn't get to them." "Well," said Jordan Edwards, "tomorrow will be when the lorries are arriving." "Well, maybe not tomorrow, but they will be on trial as well. So you don't have to worry anymore, Falcon. But if they prove to be reckless, then I have no idea how we're going to do this train. Oh, sorry, sir, said Falcon. I suppose you want me to be scrapped. Of course I don't, Falcon. However, what I would like you to do is to help clean up your mess that you did with Stuart. Sorry, sir, said Falcon. I just did not want to pull the train. Well, you did, of course, this mess, Falcon, which is why you said that you did with me. I know, Stuart, said Falcon. Okay, Falcon. Go and clean up this mess then. Okay, sir, said Falcon. When Falcon shunted Stuart over to the sheds that night, Stuart was in pieces. For the most part, his right side, in his case, was not really damaged. However, he could not really say the same for the left side. His sideways and cylinders were broken off. His cab was gone. The paint on his nameplates had scraped off and his handrails were falling off. I'm sorry, Stuart, said Falcon. It's okay, Falcon, said Stuart. I did not expect a crash to happen. At least now you know that's what happens when you leave trucks on the line with no engine coming to them. Yes, I suppose so, said Falcon. Well, coming to collect them at least. I probably should find a siding the next time I want to do something like that. Hopefully, said Stuart. Hope you can forgive me, Stuart, said Falcon. Well, from what Grandpa told us a couple years back about him being a rude engineer now, but we like him. It didn't really change our review on him that much, did it? No, said Falcon, so I do forgive you. I said, thank you, Stuart, said Falcon. Anyway, I think it's best if one of the engines comes and collects me in the morning, or, you know, you take me to the works or whatever, said Stuart. Yes, said Falcon. Let's get some sleep for now, said Falcon. You're right, said Stuart. In the morning, Falcon woke up, and so did Stuart. Falcon was taking Stuart to the works. And for the next couple years, everything was pretty normal on the railway. Not much happened that was too much for the railway to handle. However, with the lorries coming to help out with the supply train, and well, now that there is very few engines running the line, issues will begin to rise. However, that was not too major, at least not for 7 years.